There's always the possibility, if not probability, that throughout your time teaching, you'll bump into pupils outside of school hours, especially if you live locally to the school. You can guarantee that you'll be caught not looking your usual polished self during the weekly shop when you bump into a group of pupils who are looking at you like an animal in the zoo. You don't actually live in school? You're doing something normal, but the pupils are staring and watching you as you place the toilet rolls in your trolley. So how do we handle these interactions, and what should we be mindful of? Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from My Progression, and today we're going to be looking at interactions with pupils outside of school hours. So what type of interactions might you have? Sometimes interactions with pupils outside of the school day are unavoidable. You may teach your nephew or your best friend's children. School and home boundaries and rules will be essential and possibly happen quite naturally. You might be referred to as Uncle Pete at home and Mr. Jeffrey in school. You need to think carefully about your school relationship with the children, and it's always worth mentioning to your line manager how you are involved with these pupils. This happens a great deal and it shouldn't be a problem. My daughter's nursery has quite a few staff members with children at the nursery. They just don't work in the same room. But we've all been there, walking down the high street, and in the distance we see a group of pupils. They look a little shocked to see you out of the confines of the schools and then react with, "Hi sir," or "Hi miss." You have to respond, and it's absolutely fine to greet them and have a quick chat. "Oh, you having a good day? Off to play football? Enjoy. I'll see you next week." Keep it quick, keep it professional, and be friendly. It can be nice to see pupils outside of the classroom. You might see them in a different light and glean an insight into them as individuals. You could learn more about their friendship group, or you might learn they're into football or dance. A quick, impromptu chance meeting is completely acceptable. Younger children are often with parents. They might be more shy than usual. You see them and acknowledge them is nice. "Hi Zach, I hope you're having a lovely day. I'll see you on Monday." Some parents may want a quick chat. Some may be a little nosy and want to know if you live nearby or just get into conversation about their child. So keep it quick and only disclose information that will allow you to maintain your professional boundary. This is your time, so it would be unusual for the conversation to go to school. But if it does, avoid a parent-teacher chat. If the parent wants some information, just deflect and refer to the fact that you're out of school, and if they want to make an appointment, you'll be more than happy to fit them in. Keep your boundaries tight. As pupils get older, interactions must be managed well, bearing your professional standards in mind. It's likely you'd bump into the Year 13 students in your history class in a pub or a bar celebrating another 18th birthday. The older pupils you teach are approaching adulthood. And whilst it's fine to greet and have a quick chat, be mindful of those professional boundaries and safeguard yourself as well as the pupils. Keep things formal and ensure they use your full title that they would normally use in school. Don't be tempted to encourage them to call you by your first name outside of school, as this blurs boundaries instantly. As well as this, never take a selfie with a group of pupils, regardless of their age. This is inappropriate, and if pupils do try and take a selfie with you outside of school, politely decline and maintain your professionalism. Let's look at some things to never do. It would be totally inappropriate to buy drinks for pupils, so if you do see them in the pub, keep the interaction quick, say "Happy birthday" and move on. When meeting older pupils, it would also be inappropriate to sit and have coffee together on a one-to-one basis or even with a small group. Being too friendly can be the catalyst for changing the dynamics of teacher-student relationships. Don't exchange mobile numbers and personal details such as where you live. Don't be tempted to overshare on your personal life and tell them information which make you feel like a friend. You're their teacher, not their friend. Don't blur the lines, as it can be confusing for everyone. Never accept a friend request from a pupil for any of your social media sites, even recent ex-pupils. If you know that a pupil's going to the same event as you, for example, a football match, don't arrange to meet them there. However, if you do bump into them, it's okay to say a brief hello. Finally, you must consider that even actions that appear helpful and caring can be deemed inappropriate. For example, if it's raining and you see a pupil walking home from school, never offer them a lift. This puts you in a vulnerable position and crosses the professional line. It's not one of your responsibilities as a teacher. The use of email and text messages are an easy way of communicating. However, any correspondence via email should be done from a school email and to a pupil email address set up by school, with the content linked to academic studies or situations related to school life. For instance, it could be an email reminding pupils about a planned sporting event. No contact details of a personal mobile phone should be given or taken in any circumstance. Professional boundaries are essential to safeguard students as well as staff. The E-Safety Commissioner recommends in Tips for Staff Using Social Media that staff maintain professional boundaries on social media and avoid accepting friend requests from students and their parents or carers. Importantly, it also includes recent ex-students in this recommendation. See our video on online safety for teachers. So what are the consequences? Sometimes new teachers may only be 3 or 4 years older than the pupils they teach, and this can be an issue as you may naturally have things in common, and talking about these interests could lead to more informal conversations. However, this becomes misconstrued as something more sinister. An accusation could ruin your reputation as an educator and your career in education. You can read articles of the realities of inappropriate teacher-student relationships, and it's easy to see how they happen, but the reality is you are the professional, and professional lines must not be crossed for everyone's protection. If an accusation is made against you for inappropriate interactions with a pupil or former pupil, there is a thorough and vigilant process to go through by your school. It will include a suspension from teaching whilst your case is investigated. The head teacher should contact the LADO for any advice and guidance. If, as a teacher, you feel a student is behaving inappropriately towards you, over-familiar, personal comments which make you uncomfortable, or suggestive comments, report it immediately to your line manager and seek advice. You have to log this formally and have evidence to support you if anything in the future is said. Staff members must always discuss any such significant contact with their line manager or head teacher and seek advice on how to manage any future contact. This is the part in the video where I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe and click on the bell to keep hearing more from My Progression. Blurring the lines between professional life and personal life with interactions outside of school lead to complications that can have catastrophic impacts on you and your career in education. Be vigilant. If unsure, check with your line manager or head teacher to read the school policy. You should be able to bump into your students and their families knowing you can be friendly and professional and enjoy your interactions. But please take care and be responsible in order to safeguard yourself and the pupils you have contact with. I hope you found this video helpful. I've been Natalie from My Progression, and let's keep your career in motion.